Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone Arena action. Here we're in the middle of a run with Priest. We had two pretty strong wins to kick off this arena. Let's see if we can keep the party going. I've had one bad run with Priest in like 11 runs. The rest were pretty consistent, always getting up to 6 or higher. And I think with the Priest I have my second highest average after Shaman, so it's a pretty good class, for me at least, in the arena. Alright, we're up against a Mage. Chris 1874. Oh man, I actually saw someone posted Hearthstone. There's someone made like an automated like Hearthstone stat tracking software, and they posted the stats from all their users, and they found that actually mages aren't the best. The paladins, at least of the users in the field, actually have the best stats in the arena. So anyway, mages aren't the strongest, but the mage could always have an answer, which makes them difficult to play against. Well, let's see, I could coin out a Pint-Sized Summoner, try to go for an Earthen Ring Farseer on turn 3. Issue there is, of course, the Mana Worm plus Hero ability will just kill that flat, so we'll play the Northshire Cleric. Now, this move is not without its own risks, because basically, all my opponent has to do is drop a 3-2, and this thing's gonna die. Now, the good news is, on my turn, I can run the Northshire Cleric into this Mana Worm here, and heal it up, and draw a card. And that'll be totally fine. My opponent, notice, is attacking me with her hero ability rather than attacking the Northshire Cleric. That's exactly what you want to do because, of course, there's a chance that, well, there's not a chance, but if my mage opponent here had attacked my Northshire Cleric, I could just heal it and draw a card. So let's take a look. I could, of course, swing, draw a card, and then call it a day. The issue is then I'm not developing my board, so I'd actually rather develop the board here. Let's go ahead and play Bloodsail Raider. And we'll swing with the Northshire Cleric. So why aren't I running into the Mana Worm, you may ask? Well, I figure I'll do that next turn, and then if I want to heal it. Otherwise, I'd like to preserve the health on this Northshire Cleric in case of, arcane missiles, or basically, any kind of a spell buffing this Mana Worm. I wouldn't want the Mana Worm then just to kill the Northshire Cleric. I want my opponent to really work for it. Now, if she has, say, an Arcane Explosion, she could deal, say, a damage to both of these, then play the Mana Worm would get buffed, and she could kill whichever one she wanted. She could also, but like, let's say that I had attacked, and then she played like something stupid like Arcane Intellect. This would then become a 2-2, and it could actually kill my 1-2 Northshire Cleric that I hadn't healed. Wolf Rider. Well, it's a pretty good card under these circumstances. We'll see what my opponent does. Notice how much respect she has for the Northshire Cleric. She actually uses her 3-drop to kill the Northshire Cleric. A humble 1-drop. So I'll accept that. That seems fine to me. Alright, well, let's go ahead here. I could play Pint-Sized Summoner again, that just dies too easily. Had I used the Northshire Cleric turn into the Mana Worm, then of course now the Bloodsail Raider could have finished the Mana Worm off. Since that's not an option, what I'm going to do here is just coin out this giant thing that I have. And I'm just going to swing by. I really don't see any reason to run into this at the moment. It's going to die to the Sen'jin next turn, unless, of course, my opponent chooses to use Premier Removal. Sen'jin is a really great card to play against mages, I'm noticing, because they can't kill it with Frostbolt, and they could kill it, of course, with Polymorph or with Fireball, but that's Premier Removal. That's a 4-mana removal spell for a 4-mana creature, which I'm fine with. And I do have some plays. Unfortunately, because of this Mana Worm from my opponent, time kind of passed the Pint-Sized Summoner by. But I mean, if this lives for a turn, I could actually consider playing the Pint-Sized Summoner, hiding behind this Taunter, and be okay with that.
What to do? What to do?
Now, the Mage could, of course, just play good creatures of her own, like a Chillwind Yeti or something. That would be totally legit. If she did something like that, I probably would actually run my stuff into her creatures and then play Holy Nova. Alright, well that's a pretty reasonable drop. It does put a fair amount of power on the board. And the Sen'jin is unfortunately not quite powerful enough to kill this Dragonlane mechanic. I'd have to run it and the Bloodsail Raider into this mechanic in order for that to work. I could clear out everything with Holy Nova here. That would be my whole turn. I think we'll take a slightly more conservative approach. So what I'm going to do here is play the Pint-Sized Summoner. and heal up the Bloodsail Raider to guard against the mages being able to kill it with Fire Blast. So with what my opponent has on the board, she can't kill anything. But, you know, a Cone of Cold or a Blizzard would change the landscape pretty tremendously, obviously. This mechanic can run into my Sen'jin and live to tell about it, staying at a frustrating 1 health. Whereupon, if my opponent has frozen my team or has used Blizzard, I won't be able to actually finish it off. I do like Priest against Mages, because the Priest's hero ability negates the Mage's ability to pick off creatures over time. Priest is the only class that can really do that. So the Mage's hero ability is still amazing for its ability to finish off anything at 1 health, but it loses a little bit of utility. Like, for example, in my, you know, Warrior Arena, I was up against a Mage, and I had an 8/8 Giant, and the Mage just, like, pinged the Giant, and then pinged the Giant again, and that does make a huge difference. Whereas against a Priest, it's like, nope, sorry. I will heal my thing, and you're screwed. Crazed Alchemist. Well, that's a very nifty use of the Crazed Alchemist, but to be honest, I'm actually not bothered by it. That seems totally fine to me. It's basically just made her 4-drop trade against my 4-drop. Now, granted, mine was a pretty good 4-drop. It was a Sen'jin Shieldmaster, but that's okay. So we'll see if she has anything good coming up here besides this 2/2 that's just going to die to my 2/3. She's gonna ping my Pine-Test Summoner. Well, it's a smart move, because basically now, I can't, you know, play, like, say, like, the Lord of the Arena and heal this thing up. But I can do something different. Let's actually hold on to the Lord of the Arena for a moment. So we're gonna kind of waste the Pine-Sized Summoner's ability, but I think this is worth it. So I'm gonna kill out the creature, swing here, and wow, this Healing Chillwind Yeti is awfully good here. So it heals both my creatures back up to full. It's a Chillwind Yeti, and I have a board presence. It's pretty awesome here. I would say that it can't be beat, but, you know, it can. It can be beat. That's a fact. So next turn we've got Flame Strike potential. The Pine-Sized Summoner and the Bloodsail Raider, I would say, did their jobs, and this will actually survive it. We're not up to 9 mana yet, where the Mage can finish this off with hero ability.
What to do? What to do?
Boy, this thing was so good. I can't even take it. Okay, Water Elemental, pretty solid card. Notice how my opponent is priming me up for Flame Strike here. So this will die to a Flame Strike. And that's reasonable. So, I could, of course, run my Darkscale Healer in here. And then... well, this is actually a bit tricky to finish off. I'd have to throw away my Bloodsail Raider or my Pine-Sized Summoner. I could also play the Taunt, which actually leaves me with enough mana. Oh, no, it does not. It does not leave me with enough mana to heal. That would suck. Man, that would really suck if she had a Flame Strike and I didn't heal this thing. So as much as I really want to play this... I really want this thing to die. Okay, we're just going to make that thing die. So we'll do this, that... keep the Pine-Sized Summoner, it's still useful. And then I'm going to play the Farseer to heal this up. And I'm actually going to heal it up again. And Lightwell also survives a Flame Strike, so I will play it. It's not really overextending because it survives against the mass removal that my opponent can bring to bear. So let's say she spends her whole turn Flame Striking, she'll have 4 cards left to my 4, and I will still have 2 creatures on the board. So I'd say I come out alright with it. The Lord of the Arena drops down. I mean, she could definitely still have good cards left. She'd have 4 cards plus another one, so she'd have 5 cards. So if she has good cards, she'll be fine. But I am pretty resilient against Flame Strike. She chooses not to Flame Strike me at the moment. She's going to ping her own Acolyte to draw a card, which is very smart indeed. Looks like she may have top-decked into something playable, or she could, of course, just be hovering over it to, you know, read what it is. That's also totally fair. It is playable. Damn. Mana Worm. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really care about that. That's dumb. Alright, so the Lightwell heals me up. That's great. Lightspawn, another card that survives Flame Strike. Can I play it and the Lord? Nope, but the Lord does survive Flame Strike too, so it's tempting. Yeah, alright, what we'll do here, I think, is, let's kill off this... Well, do I even care about this Mana Worm? Yeah, we'll kill off this Mana Worm. Of course we will. We'll kill off this Acolyte of Pain. So I'm gonna play Lord of the Arena, heal up my Pine-sized Summoner so she doesn't get killed by hero ability, and we'll swing for 4 damage. So my opponent is still at 8 mana, which is very frustrating for her because she cannot Flame Strike and then hero ability. So 9 mana is a special time for mages. That's why I think Flame Strike should be 8 mana. That way you can't do the Flame Strike plus hero ability thing at until 10 mana. That's the thing, is Flame Strike deal 4 damage across the board. Usually you've got some way of dealing with that, but the fact that you can Flame Strike and then hero ability for like that extra point of damage is very frustrating. Now a Blizzard would be really great here. That is a rare, but basically what a Blizzard would do is leave her with 3 mana to spend, so she could like ping a creature, or she could actually play a legit creature, and then all my stuff would be softened up to the point where it would die to a Flame Strike the following turn. I get the feeling like my opponent has a Flame Strike. I'm not sure why. I just feel like she has it and just hasn't found a good enough time to play it yet. Maybe that feeling is coming from the fact that she pinged this Dark Scale Healer a few turns ago instead of the Pine-sized Summoner. So basically, if you're a mage, then you're up against a priest, and you're trying to ping off one of these two creatures, in general, you'd go for the Pine-sized Summoner, because then that forces your opponent to have to heal it or accept losing it the following turn. If you're pinging this Dark Scale Healer, that really kind of suggests you're trying to prime up for a Flame Strike. So she's gonna turn my 6/5 into a sheep, which is a little sad, of course. Luckily, she has nothing to do with 4 mana. She's just gonna ping the sheep, which I'm okay with, I suppose. Lightwell's gonna heal that up. Mind Control Tag is like the most useless card in existence. Great. We'll swing, swing, swing. And okay, I'm gonna play the Light Spawn. It survives Flame Strike, but if my opponent Flame Strikes and has an Arcane Explosion, she can clear out everything. That is true. However, if she does not have Arcane Explosion, she can only kill off either the Yeti, the Lightwell, or the Light Spawn. So she'll probably choose the one that's damaging her. And then I'm going to play the Acolyte of Pain. That's not really overextending because he draws a card upon death, and at the moment his body is so immaterial that I'm perfectly happy just to trade him for the next card in my deck. So my opponent should play Flame Strike here. I'll draw a card, then she'll use the hero ability. So she'll have 5 cards left to my 4 at the start of the turn, and I'll still have this Light Spawn. Could I kill her? I'll be able to play Holy Nova for 2 damage, heal this up, so 2 plus 5 is 7. Everything else is dead except for Lightwell. Well actually, oh no, the Lightwell will actually heal up the Light Spawn. Haha. So I don't have to use the Holy Nova yet. I can save that for later. So I can heal the Light Spawn, swing for 5. So notice this card came all the way from over here. She's been holding on to that for a while. Oh, Vengeful Mercenary, that is pretty good. It's pretty darn good. So if she has an Arcane Explosion, I could very well lose, although this is obviously something that my opponent will have to answer. She does not seem to have that, so she did just as I expected. She did this. The Lightwell could actually heal itself, so I have a coin flip here, whether it does something good or useless. Alright, that's something good. That's awesome. And Mind Control, oh, that's good to see. So if my opponent finally chooses to like play something useful, I'll be able to steal it. So I'm actually going to heal up this Lightwell. There's no, I mean, I'm sacrificing a point of damage doing that, but figure that's alright. We'll go ahead and play this. So my opponent needs answers. And soon. So Fireball or Polymorph, Cone of Cold, Blizzard, Frost Nova. Notice how many answers a mage at 6 health against this can have. It's insane. If she tries to play a taunt, though, she will lose the game. Even a really good taunt like a Sunwalker isn't enough. I can just mind control it. I actually don't even need the mind control. If she plays a Sunwalker, Holy Nova, pop Divine Shield, kill it with this guy, and this will be for 5 damage, which is enough with the Holy Nova to get the kill. Yeah, so a Sunwalker will not save my opponent. That's like the most sturdy taunter there is. She pointed something at my Ventrico. Maybe she's thinking, oh no, that's enough. That's not enough to win. Although I don't know why she would think that, because I can only deal for 5 damage. She's going to Frostbolt. Interesting. So she could have Frostbolted this and killed it with the hero ability. The fact that she didn't suggests that she either has some kind of follow-up removal, which is going to deal damage to everything, like a Blizzard, say, or that she doesn't have any other answers, and that had she killed this with Frostbolt, this would have lived to kill her. She's got a taunt, I see. And a secret. Well, Jesus, that is a lot of different things that, yeah. Man. I don't want this to be like a counterspell or something and mess up my My mind control. So I could Holy Nova, but then I can't mind control or Ogre. Bah. Man. The freezing was really good here, I gotta say. Well, let's try the mind control, see if it's a counterspell or a spellbender. It is. Counterspell. Okay. So, what I think I'll do here is heal up my guy and kill off her taunt. So she didn't really have she didn't have any removal last turn, or she would have used it. So she needs to top deck removal now for this thing in order to get by. Now I could have, of course, have used Holy Nova to try to fish out the counterspell, but I don't know. It seemed like the Holy Nova is actually more valuable because it deals damage. I guess, granted, now that I've got this, which kills her anyway, the Holy Nova seems awfully silly. But perhaps, yeah. So perhaps I should have used it. Now, because of this guy, I still couldn't have played any creatures after the Holy Nova unless I like killed it against his. Unless I killed it against his taunts. Anyway, my opponent, I guessed correctly. She didn't have any answers. That taunt was all she had, and that's going to be the game. Alright, that was a pretty tricky game. Mages could always have an answer, but it does not mean that they always do. I actually picked up another dominance quest. It's like Warlock or Shaman, so had I been playing this arena with Warlock, which wasn't an option, but if I had been, and I won 5 games, I would have knocked out 2 60 gold quests at once, which would have been pretty sweet. As it is, though, I really hope I get a Shaman soon. I feel like I haven't played Shaman in a while. Last time went pretty well, and I'd like to keep the streak going. Shaman, I have a really great success rate. I have like an 81% success rate with Shaman. It's crazy. And like, or no, I don't know what my success rate is. It's like, I think it's 8.1 average wins is what it is. Okay, so we're up against another mage. Well, the Cult Master's a bit speculative, so we'll send all this stuff back. Temple Enforcer, haven't been seeing that guy much. Shadow Word Paint. Power Word Shield, that's perfect. Okay, so Power Word Shield, this is what I was talking about during the draft. Power Word Shield is really great on Northside Cleric, because if my opponent now does play just a 3-2, I can Power Word Shield, draw a card, and make it survive against the 3-2, without some help, of course. And that would increase my odds of being able to get some draws out of this. Now, Shadow Word Paint actually accomplishes much the same thing, because if she plays a 3-2, I can just kill it. Anyway, my opponent did neither of those things. Let's Power Word Shield and draw a card. Lightwell, alright. If I had this in the beginning of my turn, I would actually have played it rather than the Power Word Shield, given that my opponent didn't play any threats. As it is, though, I have nothing to do on turn 3, so I'll probably just end up playing the Lightwell anyway. My opponent hovered over her hero ability and then didn't use it. This suggests that she has a creature she could play, but she doesn't want to play it because either it dies to the Northside Cleric or she doesn't want me drawing a card off the Northside Cleric. And so she like wanted to Fire Blast and then thought about the creature she had. Because if she had nothing, she just would have Fire Blasted. If she had something, she just would have played it. She has a coin. Okay, so she's thinking about what to coin, and she chose a Raging Organ. Well, that's a really good choice. I'm 1 mana away from the Dark Iron Dwarf, rather tragically. I could play an Acolyte of Pain, but don't be fooled. This is a terrible idea. The Raging Organ hits my Northside Cleric, it becomes enraged with Wind Fury and can strike again. Lightwell is unplayable here. She can go swing into the Northside Cleric, become a 4-2 with Wind Fury, hit the Lightwell, kill the Lightwell. So actually, I mean, it's really good I have Shadow Word Pain here. Otherwise, if I didn't have Shadow Word Pain, the best I could do is attack the Worgen, let it become enraged, and then heal up my Northside Cleric. That's about the best I could do. Okay, my opponent is an impatient douchey face. Swing. So I'd say that I won the opening on the back of the Ultimate Priest combo, Northside Cleric, Power Word Shield, and Shadow Word Pain, and also an opponent's having a slow start. So she's used her coin, which is good. Shattered Sun Cleric. Oh my god! Wow, my opponent probably would have won the game, actually, now that I think about it. If she had gotten to Shattered Sun Cleric, that Raging Worgen, oh my god, that would have been nuts. Well, anyway, here what we'll do is just the obvious. Let's go ahead and give this a buff. And swing. So this is a 2 health, which is nice. It doesn't die to hero ability. It will, of course, die to a Frostbolt. Or a Kobold Geomancer plus Arcane Explosion. Let's see. Oh, or Stormwind Knight. Well, that is well played by my opponent. So she's hanging in there. I can do another Shadow Word Pain that seems pointless. I'm going to go for the gold, go for the glory. We're going to play that. Swing here. Kill out my guy in lieu of playing the Lightwell. So this is a 2-2, very vulnerable. But if my opponent doesn't kill it, then I can drop these 2 guys, make it a 4-4, and suddenly it's a really big threat. Frostbolt on the Dark Iron Dwarf. It's an interesting choice. She has more removal. Ah, Elven Archer. I see what you did there. That is a well-played move. I have to give that a well-played. Alright, so here, this is where I love being a priest, because what I can actually do is play Acolyte of Pain and heal up my dwarf. So now it cannot be picked off by the mage's hero ability. Notice how she, like, picked at it with the Frostbolt, but as a priest, I'm like, well, I'm going to heal it, and now I'm threatening to draw a card off the Elven Archer. Ah, she's going to get a card off the Elven Archer herself, which is actually quite clever. So the Elven Archer whoa! Well, does she have some kind of removal? Did? Oh, wow, she's going to kill off her own Elven Archer. I don't... that was a mistake. So my opponent should have just attacked the Dark Iron Dwarf, gotten a card, and then she could have pinged the Dark Iron Dwarf for more cards. Well, whatever. Okay, so the Cult Master, weirdly enough, is like a really good body right here, because it's killing this very valuable Dark Iron Dwarf, and it's also killing off the Acolyte of Pain. And I can't just kill it with Shadow Word Pain. This is like the best I've ever seen a 4-2 And I have lots of good endgame creatures, none of whom showed up right now. And we're up on Flame Strike territory, so everything dies to Flame Strike. God damn it, how is this so bad? Well, I guess we'll draw a card first to see if I can get something that will help me out here. Fen Creeper. Well, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, well, do I heal the Dark Iron Dwarf? No, it's going to die to Flame Strike anyway. I think now's the time to play a Lightwell. Do I trade this thing knowing it's probably going to die to Flame Strike, actually, now that I think about it? Nope. I'm gonna hit for 4 damage. That was a lot of damage. And I'm gonna gamble that my board presence will be enough to carry the day here. We'll see. Blizzard. Ah, that's a really good card. Well, now, of course, I wish that this Dark Iron Dwarf had killed the Cult Master, because, as it is, the Dark Iron Dwarf is dying for nothing. She's going to trade the Cult Master for the Fen Creeper, which is a smart move. Lightwell will heal itself, which is totally fine. Can I please get a good card? Oh, this is a problem. I'm just not drawing any of my good cards, unfortunately, here. Pint Summoner is just totally pointless to play. I guess we'll play a Panther and a Raider. So I'm trying not to extend too much, but, I mean, at this point, what are you going to do? The hope is that if she has a Flame Strike, she's going to think maybe it's not worth using her whole turn just to kill off 2 crappy creatures. I have, like, Boulder Fist Ogre and Temple Enforcer and a Lord of the Arena. I've got big stuff, but unfortunately, I drew a little bit too much of my chump in this particular game, so I might actually be in trouble now. Luckily, my opponent also doesn't have good plays. That monkey is really unimpressive. And she's got some kind of a secret. There's a Temple Enforcer. Well, it's a little bit too late. It would have been really helpful a turn ago, so I could have used my Dark Iron Dwarf to kill the Cult Master. As it is, what I could do is I could use the Panther to kill the monkey, but then I can't actually kill this thing, oddly enough, except with Shadow Word Pain. Oh, jeez. I wish this were a 3-2 instead of a 2-3. I obviously don't want to run in and have this get enraged. Holy Nova is not good to use here. Alright, we'll do this. We'll kill the monkey. We'll Shadow Word Pain Berserker. Ah, it's a counterspell. Wow. That is a pretty high incidence of counterspells, I gotta say. We'll play a Temple Enforcer here. I'll put it on the Panther to stop it just from dying to the hero ability of the Mage, and then I'm gonna swing for 2. So this Amani Berserker can actually get enraged against my Bloodseal Raider, but the Bloodseal Raider will, well, it'll die to the hero ability, so that's kind of sad, I suppose. There's the Flame Strike that we all saw coming. I'm just going to pick off my Lightwell and also trade there. So basically, it's a top deck war. I have a life advantage. But, yeah. I don't have anything to play. Mind Control. Well, the Mage has to know that Mind Control is coming. So she's going to be very careful how she plays things out. I do have a Holy Nova, but basically any kind of mid-range creatures would be a problem. God damn it, secrets. Water Elemental. Yeah. Raging Organ. Oh, that's not good. This is really bad, actually. Alright, Ventricle Mercenary, that seems good. It can be a mirror entity, but that's fine by me. I can mind control it later. Not a mirror entity? Alright, well, there's no point swinging into this stuff. I guess I could actually run into the Worg and use the Healing or Holy Nova to finish it off, but let's just go ahead and see if this is Ice Armor or Vaporize. Vaporize. Well, I was hoping it was Ice Armor, because that would be the irrelevant one, but Vaporize, I guess we'll have to make do. So, I guess I have an edge here. My life is good. I don't care about the Water Elemental's ability. I'm a priest. I don't have weapons. That is actually the shockingly best I've ever seen that card be, because it actually gave my opponent an answer to my Ventrico Mercenary. So now I'm just, you know, behind in the war. Light Spawn is pretty good. I think I'd rather play that than Mind Control at the moment. We'll wait and see if she gives me something more juicy, perhaps. She gets card draw. Damn it. That's really bad. I've already run out my Northshire Cleric and my Acolyte of Pain. I don't think I have any more card draw here, do I? Well, my opponent seems to have decided to make a very greedy play, opening herself wide up to a Holy Nova by keeping both of her creatures around. Another Water Elemental. Fair enough. Well, Thought Steal. That's actually really good. Oh, man, against a Mage, Mages have a lot of good stuff. Frostbolt and Ancient Brewmaster. Well, I think I have to Holy Nova here. It's more important to kill off that Wind Fury than anything else. And Frostbolting this would be great if I were a Mage and could pick it off with my hero ability. As a Priest, I'd rather just heal myself and call it a day. The Panda does hold up well against the Water Elemental. I've got enough health at the moment that I can afford to get hit again. And maybe she'll play something really big for me to Mind Control. We'll see.
Get in there and fight,
Abusive Sergeant. That is not exactly a great Mind Control target. My opponent might just be very cagily playing around Mind Control. It is a possibility.
Put it on your tab.
I don't think this is worth Frostbolting, so we'll just heal up. And I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. I'm going to hang on to Mind Control tech. It's possible she'll play some kind of swarm creatures, or like play like a lot of little stuff to play around my Mind Control. And in doing so, I can actually maybe steal something with this. So there's an... Oh god, that's a little terrifying. Frostbolt for 5 damage. Oh my god. So she has 3 creatures. Nothing good to Mind Control. Nothing good to Frostbolt. Wow. The amount of suck that this game is exhibiting is just phenomenal. So if I'd played this last turn, it's possible I could have used it up with the Cult Master with it now, but I mean... It's not a great situation. I think we'll just do this, and heal up. So my opponent can kill the Cult Master pretty easily. I don't have any more Holy Nova, so if this guy kills the Cult Master, goes down to 1 health, there's really no good way for me to get rid of it other than using creature play, which is a bit annoying. Man, I'm just losing this top deck war because my opponent... Oh, she could use that guy, of course. Right. I'm just losing this top deck war because my opponent won't play anything good for me to Mind Control. And she played around Mind Control tech, either accidentally or on purpose. Demolish her. I don't care, and it doesn't die to Frostbolt. Oh my god. Well, that is a pretty nice drop. So we'll do this. We'll kill this guy off. And I'm gonna Frostbolt this thing because it hits harder. Pass turn. Hopefully the Demolisher doesn't hit the Soul Priest, and of course it hits the Soul Priest. Well, hopefully my opponent doesn't have any removal, because the Demolisher can't quite get the job done. She'll need a Frostbolt or some other kind of removal spell or charging creature or something.
I'll put it on your
She's gonna Panda that back to heal it up, essentially. It's really irritating. God damn it. Man. The thing is, the Mage seems like a very good player. She has to know this card that I've been holding on to forever is a Mind Control. So, I doubt I'm going to get anything really great out of it. I think I might have to just take... what's better, the Water Elemental or the Panda? The Panda hits harder, the Water Elemental has more health. They both have the same total stats. Okay, this says your cards and powers that restore health now deal damage, so I'm pretty sure this would apply. Oh, this can actually deal damage to something. Interesting. Huh. Well, the problem is I really need to kill this Demolisher, I think. But, like, killing off this Panda seems good.
I must consider.
Then the Water Elemental. Man, maybe I just have to kill the Demolisher. Although I really think that dealing damage with this is... Well, it can actually be better just to restore health with it after the Akanai Soul Priest is gone. I can deal a total of 5 damage, which is awkward, because this is 6 and this is 4, so I'm, like, wasting some of it. And this has 4 health. You know what? Let's just do this. Get rid of that. And we're going to Mind Control here. There's actually no correct choice. They both suck equally hard. Because each one has just enough, just enough health that the other plus hero ability will kill it, but they don't trade against each other either. Now, maybe I should have taken this one because it hits harder. Now, at 8 health, if this thing hits me, I might get burned out. Ah, God, so annoying. This game, the way that this game went wrong is in all the wrong ways. She had the Reckless Rocketeer of all things. Strangler Tiger, oh, that's a scary card. That is a scary card. She's actually going all the way for the throat here, which I can't blame her for. So I seriously have to consider healing myself. Well, let's first of all draw a card. Always draw cards first. See what we got. Sanjin, that is pretty good against this tiger. So how risky do I want to get using this for burn rather than health restoration? I mean, I could just heal this for 2 damage, run the Soul Priest in, play this, heal back up to 10. Then I don't have enough mana to play the Sanjin. Ah, okay. That's the problem.
I wonder.
Can I kill her? What is it? 6, 9, 11 damage? Yeah, I really got to kill this thing. 4 health. God, who knew that could be such a pain? Alright, we're going to do this. I'm going to burn this thing. And I'm going to play Sanjin rather than finishing off with my hero ability. I'll destroy the Soul Priest so I can start healing myself now, and we'll swing for 3. So if she has like a silence or well, she has a fireball, she can just kill me straight. That was the risk I took by staying at 7 health. If she has a polymorph, she can get me down to 1 health. Swinging with the tiger. But if she has no removal, I might be alright. That's the card she just drew, so how good was her top deck? Oh god, that is frustrating. So now she gets to play the spell and draw a card. Ah, Frostbolt. God, that's awful that she got to play this thing. And of course I can't kill it now. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this game is ridiculous. Well, I chose poorly. Clearly, I should have kept my healing thing around. Although actually this was such a good draw, the Auctioneer plus the Frostbolt plus the thing, I just had no chance. Well, I don't know. I don't think there's any way that I can possibly win this, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the tiger kills the Lord. She swings for 7, 8, and I mean, even if she doesn't have the damage right now, there's just no way for me to come back from that. Yeah, that tiger was incredibly good. Man, this mage just had all the perfect cards at all the perfect times. It's just one of those games. She didn't play enough creatures for me to mind control tech. She didn't play anything big enough for me to mind control. The creatures I could mind control all like worked terribly against each other. She got the Auctioneer there. Yeah, it's one of those games. So nothing fancy is required. She knows I'm holding no cards. She trades the tiger for the Lord. Swings at me for 7. Hero ability down to 1 health. Or she uses the Auctioneer. Interesting. I guess she has something. Arcane Missiles. Interesting. Well, none of them hit me. It doesn't matter, though. It just makes no difference now. She can get me down to 1 health. Wow. She's going to take the slow approach here, which I guess kind of makes sense. I see that. I can see that. So basically now... Yeah, I can't get rid of this stupid mirror image. We'll try the old Razzle Bedazzle. The odds of it working are very small.
Almost out of cards.
She got down to 1 card and just enough left to kill me. God damn it. If I could have put up even like a smidge more resistance, or like she was missing any of these things, like the tiger or the mirror image, I would have been fine. Well, good game. Shot and tag. I wish I could rematch you. I think I could beat this mage. But not this time. God, all those... And then I thought stole a Frostbolt. And she had like nothing but 4 toughness creatures. And she had the Ancient Mage giving spell damage. So that the Frostbolt could kill my Panda that I stole from her deck. Oh my god, it was just... Really, like, I could not catch a break that game. So given that, like, I crawled along and she almost lost to fatigue, I feel like if anything had been a little bit less than perfect for her, I would have won. But it's also possible. It's also possible that I messed up somewhere. You never know. Enemy Bird, the Priest. Alright, well, I hope I win this mirror matchup. I feel like I have a pretty good Priest stack, as you can see here. I am actually just going to keep... I'm going to throw this back, because if this guy dies, then I have nothing to buff. Aha, perfect. Okay, so we have North Shadow Cleric plus protection in the form of Shadow Word Pains. He does not have a North Shadow Cleric. I do. Hooray. Nothing else? Ah, Power Word Shield. How nice. It's 2 games in a row, although that other game didn't work so well. Is it worth coining out a Pine-Sized Summoner? It actually really isn't. What am I Pine-Sized summoning out? There's nothing to do with it. So we'll just pass the turn, see what my opponent wants to do for 3 mana. Looks like he's got nothing, so he's just holding steady. So he's got a slow start, but presumably these cards are all really good. And that is fine. Ah, now of course I wish I'd played the Pine-Sized Summoner, because then I could play this. But actually I would have had to use the coin to get the Summoner out. So yeah, I'll just use the coin to get this engine out. It's the same in the end. If he had a Shadow Word Pain, I've got to figure he would have used it on the North Shadow Cleric. It's an important card to kill. So I'm hoping then, if he doesn't have Shadow Word Pain, that this engine Shield Master should be good. Oh my god, did he just top deck a Shadow Word Pain? Silence. Ah, fair enough. This is a really good illustration of how the Ironbeak Owl is really not my favorite creature. Notice how the North Shadow Cleric, even when silenced, can still just kill this stupid thing. Boulderfist Ogre. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to play the Pine-Sized Summoner now because
Right away.
even though I'm not drawing a card, I'm going to kill my creature up anyway. Because if this lives, I could actually drop this on turn 5, which would be huge. That would be gigantic. Now, a Holy Smite was not usable on either of these creatures, so if he was holding on to a Holy Smite, it would kill the Pine-Sized Summoner right now. And that would be sad. That would mean I'm waiting an extra turn for my Boulderfist Ogre. God damn it! Cannot get your break. Mind games. Well, I hope it's something bad. You've got to be kidding me. God damn it! Oh my god. Balls. Well, at least I drew a good card. But my opponent had the Holy Smite, stopping me from playing this turn earlier, which would actually hold up against this just fine. And then Mind Games flipped out my Temple Enforcer, because of course it did. You've got to be kidding me. I never saw any Shadow Word Deaths in this draft. So these are both good, basically. There's nothing I can... I have nothing, except for Mind Control, which is 3 turns away. I have absolutely nothing against those guys. Well, we'll play this. I think it's important to kill this off. Or do I race? I mean, he's got 14 damage. I have 14 damage as well. I've got a head start. I think when you're behind, it's important to race.
You insist.
If I can get him low enough, he'll have to deal with my creatures instead of being able to actually kill me with this stuff. God damn it, if this had been anything like less than amazing, I would have been totally fine. Oh, my lord. Well, if I lose this game, I'm just going to call baloney nuts because it was baloney nuts. These Shadow Word Pains that I kept in my opening hand, of course, are really tremendous. Okay. He's actually going to attack me. I think that's a bit of a mistake. I mean, he's dealing more damage per turn, but I'm up to play here. I don't know. Seems like I'm in pretty decent shape. So I could play this and this, or I could just play the Lord of the Arena. I think I want to put more stuff on the board here, so we'll do this. Let's heal myself up. Swing and swing. So if he wants to keep racing me, he is welcome to it. I'm hoping he doesn't have another Holy Nova. That would suck. Ah, Dark Iron Dwarf. Well, that's a pretty good way to race. Man, you know what would be great here? A big game hunter, huh? How about that? I don't think it's going to happen, though. Alright, so I'm down to 13. This thing is hitting me pretty hard. Mind Control, yeah, we'll do that. Thanks. Shoop-a-doop boop. Okay. Do I take the time to kill the Dark Iron Dwarf, or do I just go full throttle for the throat? Well, I can deal 8, 11, 12 damage. I could have actually dealt a total of 14 damage, which is interesting. He can hit me down to 9. Pre-start the Bested Burnination. I mean, you could have like a greater, like a Holy Fire for 5 damage and 2 Holy Smites, or like a Argent Commander. So see, I could spend 4 damage to stop this creature, and then hit him for just 8 down to 9, which is still enough for this to kill him off. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's say he Mind Controls this. Let's see, I swing for 8. He's out at 9. He's mind controls this. I've got then another 8, 10 damage. Okay, okay. So I've calculated this out. If he has the counter mind control, I still win next turn.
Right away.
And then if he doesn't have the counter mind control, this is a 10-8 here, so that should be pretty good. I mean, if this lives, yep. So this is why, like, mind control is such an interesting card. I mean, you can plan for it. He can't do anything else on the turn, so I know now that I win.
Right away.
Alright, that was a good game. I'm happy that he mind gamed the Temple Enforcer, and then I still won him. Though it's a good thing I drew mind control. I only did have the 1. Without it, I probably would have lost. That was nice. I keep saying I can't catch a break, but I have to admit I caught a break there. That was a pretty good break. The mind control. Now the Dark Iron Dwarf move, that was interesting. I don't think he should have done that. Unless that was all he could do. I mean, if he didn't have any other creatures to play, then I can accept him making that move just to put the 4/4 body onto the board and continue the race. But I believe he might have lost it earlier. There was a chance he had actually to kill my 4/2 with his giant. He chose instead to hit me. And I was the wrong gamble on his part. I think that I was the one who was behind, so I should race. When you're behind, that's when you go for the race. When you're ahead, you should go for board control. Jibbles? Okay. That's a name. First against a rogue. That never feels good. Shadow Word Pain isn't really a great answer against Defias Ringleader because it only kills one of them, unfortunately. Yeah, it'd be great to go second here, actually, so I could coin one of these out on turn 3. Oh, man. Well, it's too bad. So all I can do is pass the turn and hope he doesn't have the Defias Ringleader in his hand, or her hand. Please just pass the turn. Please just pass the turn. Please, oh please. Thank you! Oh my god! The rogue just actually passed the turn. Oh, man. Well, I have a bunch of 3-drops here, but, man, there needs to be a You're Welcome emote. What do you say in response to thank you? I don't know. So anyway, she has a slow start. That's fine by me.
I will be your death.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's go ahead here and play the Panther, I think. Playing this, there's just way too many ways the rogue could kill it. Against the rogue, I really do want to wait until I can play it in some other cards. Thought Stealing seemed a bit slow, though. Let's get a creature on the board so if she has a Raging Organ or something, I can trade. Okay, this is a pretty good answer, actually, because the Panther doesn't really want to trade against that. That would be kind of silly. Alright, well, here, I think we'll take the time to do that. And I'm actually going to keep my Panther in Stealth, because Betrayal doesn't kill it. I mean, there's no reasonable other way that she could kill it. Like, you know, there's no, I mean, like a dagger, I don't know. Even Blade Flare, she wouldn't get enough mana for it. So yeah, anyway, there's really no way she could kill this thing. I'm going to wait for her to drop something bigger and better, like a Twilight Drake or a Silverhand Knight or a Gadsden Auctioneer or something. Wow! Whoa, whoa! Well, that's interesting. So I guess I draw a card, she draws a card? I suppose that makes sense if this was going to die anyway. She wanted to combo this out. That's a smart move. Okay, that's a smart move, because had she shivved me just to trigger the combo, then what would have happened is that, my Acolyte of Pain could have killed off this bandit, is the problem. Well, here I have a couple of options. I could play this just giant dude, or I could Holy Nova. That really only kills 2 real cards, but that seems fine. We'll do this. Swing. And so my opponent has 7 cards, 8 cards, to my also soon to be 8. And I've got a really big drop coming in here, and a creature on the board. So I feel like I'm in good shape. She's gonna kill off my Panther the old-fashioned way. Fair enough.
Well.
Alright, let's go. Let's think carefully. I'm actually gonna play this guy, I think. And the reason for that is, even though it doesn't use up all my mana, the Squire can trade for the Rifleman, and then this 4/4 should be good. Unless, well, Eviscerate, basically. Comboed Eviscerate would be the way for her to kill this thing. But, I mean, this she could kill anyway with the comboed Eviscerate, plus this guy. So, basically, this guy kills out the Squire, and then the combo Eviscerate kills that. I smell an Eviscerate coming in. With that many cards... No, a Betrayal. Interesting choice. I don't know how I feel about that move. I guess it makes a certain kind of sense. Okay. Well, if I play the Novice Engineer, I can't play the Lord of the Arena, so I need to consider that. I could play the Novice Engineer and the Venture Code, but then this 2/4 gets to kill my Squire. Shadow Word Pain doesn't seem that impressive against the Gnomish Inventor. I could play the Questing Adventure and the Novice Engineer, and then the Shadow Word Pain, kill that. This is a 4/4. Combo Eviscerate still kills it, but am I really ever going to get it up to more than 4/4 on a turn? If she had Combo Eviscerate, she would have used it last turn. And it leaves me with a 4/4 and a 2/2. Could play Cult Master, run that in. Now, let's actually do this. This puts a lot of stuff onto the board.
I hope you like my invention.
How can I Soul Priest? That'll be really nice. So if she does combo out an Eviscerate, she'll be in good shape. Like, backstab this, eviscerate this. She spent 2 mana, she still has 5 mana to build up pressure. That would be the best thing she could have. But I've still got lots of cards. I can play this, burn something. I could play the Lord of the Arena, heal. I could even play this guy. That's a pretty tame move. That's also a tame move. So my opponent seems not to have removal, which is great, I guess. Temple Enforcer. Wow, boy, that's... Well, I gotta think about this. So if I play this, I could actually burn this thing, but it's not actually really all that relevant, is it? This ability to burn isn't that helpful right now, unfortunately. I think we'll just play the Temple Enforcer. Yeah, play the Temple Enforcer. Give that some bonus health. And we'll just use it to crush the Sen'jin Shieldmaster. And I'll let the Golem go as it will. We'll heal my guy up. So now it's above Eviscerate range, even with the Golem's help. She'll need an Assassinate or a Silence. Silence would be great. The Golem could then finish it off. But I have a 6/6 for her to deal with. I think we both got up to a bunch of cards, and I think my cards were just better. What the Rogue needed to win this game, and maybe she didn't see it in the draft. I mean, there's no guarantee that she even saw it. I'm not saying she misdrafted, but what she really needed in this particular game was the cheap removal, because that's what makes Rogue so good, is the ability to just kill everything off super cheap. The fact that she didn't have it meant that during all these like turns where I was like, well, an Eviscerate would clear off everything, she didn't actually do it, but that meant that my good cards were good, as it were. Okay, well, let's take a look at the situation here. I mean, I've got 7 damage. Getting her down to 8 health seems like the right move. Yeah, I guess what we'll do here is try to populate the board with as much big stuff as I can. I could play Cult Master, draw a card, I guess. Swing for 6. Or I could just play the Soul Priest. This seems fine, actually. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm gonna play the Soul Priest. And then I'm gonna run that in there. When the Golem spawns, I will burn it. Play this guy. Wait. Play around Betrayal. Play around Betrayal. Put the weakest thing in the middle. Burn my opponent. Swing for 6. Alright. So the thing is, if my opponent does manage to clear this board out, I don't know how a Rogue would do that. Maybe with like a Vanish or something. Then she's pretty safe. But this is a lot of stuff for a Rogue to deal with. Yeah. You have to be careful. Don't play your Dark Scale Healer with a... how can I Soul Priest in play that will burn your team for 2 across the board? Chillwind Yeti is good, but not that good. Alright, we're up to 5 wins. That was a pretty strong win against the Rogue. Again, the Rogue definitely had windows when she could have done, you know, the Rogue thing of spending 2 mana and killing everything you have, and then and then just playing more stuff. But she didn't have it, so with both of us having masses full of cards, my cards were just better, and I won, and that's great. Okay, feeling good about this run. I think I should definitely make it to 6. Dark Magic, although if anyone will stop me if it's a Mage. My last Priest run, actually, what happened was I lost 3 games, all to Mages. It was really, really obnoxious. Okay, do I keep the Mind Control to have it as an out in the late game, just to make sure that I have it? No, I think it's a bit greedy. We'll just keep our really awesome 4-drop and pass back everything else. The Questing Adventure, I don't like playing it on turn 3 against a Mage. She can just pick at it. Ugh. Well, Thoughtsteal is nice, because Mages have lots of good cards, so hopefully I'll steal some quality stuff. Soul Priest, that's nice. When I do play this, I'm not sure I'll be playing it anytime soon. I don't want to coin it on turn 2. There's nothing for them to do on turn 3. But on turn 3, I actually want to coin out one of my 4-drops. Shadow Word Pain? I will actually play this. I will totally play this. That saves an unholy amount of damage. by not having this panda attack me for like 5 gazillion turns. And then we're going to coin out probably this engine. He's a big dude. Oh, that's scary. Well, yeah, the 5 health actually is enough that this will still survive a Frostbolt, and a Polymorph and a Fireball would have killed it anyway. Although Frostbolt will dealing 4 damage, no, it won't survive. The Fire Blast will finish it off. Damn it, that's actually really significant. I probably should have played around that. Well, luckily my opponent didn't have or didn't want to play a Frostbolt. I'm actually in really good shape now. We're going to hold off on the Soul Priest. What I'd much rather do is actually play Shadow Word Pain on this Sen'jin. That is a really good use of that particular card. Kill the Kobold. Now, if my opponent had a Frostbolt, she clearly would have used it. So I'm gambling she doesn't have one, so I am going to play the Pint-Sized Summoner. So I'm foregoing healing this guy back up. I'm gambling she has no Frostbolts, and the reason for this is that it's actually quite important for me next turn to either be able to play Lord of the Arena a turn early, or to play the Arcanine Soul Priest for 3 mana, and at 5 mana I would then have enough mana then to burn with a lesser heal. So either one of those things could potentially be extremely good. Secret. Well, that's interesting. I don't want to run this in, because I don't know. Ah, man, you know, actually, this might be a good play. I think we're just gonna take it slow. I'm just gonna play this.
Injured?
We'll do this and draw a card. Seems fine. All right. I think the Pint-Sized Summoner has done her duty. I'd rather lose her than this engine, so we'll check for a Vaporize. Vaporize. Wow, that's a rare, and it's the second time I saw it today. All right, so that's fine. So in that case, I could play the Questing Adventurer, and I will actually. I will play it now, just to put another really big threat on the board. I don't want to play this, and the reason I don't want to play it is because I want to be able to heal my Sen'jin and draw a card off the Cleric is the thing. And so I can't do that, obviously, because this will make me burn my Sen'jin. It's a very tricky thing, remembering this when it's in effect. Imp Master. Alright. Man, this was probably not a good play. Ah, jeez. She has Flame Strike next turn, which kills pretty much everything I have. Powered Shield is really good. Okay, so let's think. I could... Powered Shield, Thought Steal, make this guy 4/7. He'll survive a Flame Strike. And then have enough mana left to draw a card also. Well, let's draw a card first. Off the Powered Shield. Dark Iron Dwarf. Does that change anything? Let me think. Would allow my Sen'jin to kill the Imp Master. Nah, I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to play Thought Steal. I'm going to trust my instincts. Grow my Questing Adventure. We got a Bear and a Frostbolt. Man. Frostbolt. Not quite as great as it could be. We'll go ahead here and...
Quest accepted.
So this guy still survives Flame Strike. Northstrike Cleric is dead. Oh, I can draw a card? I should really just do that. For good habit's sake. Kill off the Imp. Swing for 3. Okay, this is actually a decent board. I think I did that alright. I kind of floundered a bit there, but I think I ended up doing it okay. I've got 2 creatures here who survive Flame Strike, which is pretty good. So she's not going to play Flame Strike if she has it. That would just be dumb. It would leave everything at 1 health. Then I can play Holy Nova and draw 3 cards. So she's not going to do that. So she has to do other things. So that means she needs single target removal, which is like 4/7 of her mana, because these are at 5 health. So Frostbolt doesn't cut it. She's going to work down my Northstrike Cleric. I don't know if I would do that. The heal would be just as good on it. She's going to do it. Maybe she's hoping I don't heal the Questing Adventurer? I'm not sure. So Northstrike Cleric and the Arcanine Soul Priest are what we call a non-bow, that's for sure. I could play Holy Nova. This would actually, well, if I attack with the Sen'jin Shield Master into hers, Holy Nova would actually draw me 3 cards. Now, I already have, after Holy Nova, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd go up to my maximum of 10 cards, and I'd have 2 mana left. I'd have nothing to do. I'd actually end up throwing cards away. I don't think it's actually quite worth it. So what I think I'll do instead, I do want to kill this thing, but I want to keep the Questing Adventurer's health above 5. So I don't want to kill this thing with the Questing Adventurer. Aha, well I guess we're going to use the Frostbolt then. So I'll use the Frostbolt. We'll go ahead, run that in. We'll heal up the North Strike Cleric, because in case of Flame Strike, either one of these guys dies, but he lives. So we'll heal up the North Strike Cleric. Draw another card. Play Novice Engineer. I don't want to play one of these because I have a feeling Flame Strike is coming, so I might as well just draw a card. And we'll swing for 6. Okay. So again, my opponent's in kind of the same situation as last turn. A Flame Strike would leave us at 3 health, which is just not good enough. So she's not going to do that. So she needs single target removal, like a Fireball, but that's half her mana. Polymorph, half her mana, leaves everything alive. Now, a Blizzard might be good. That would leave her with 3 mana and freeze everything. Oh, she's going to Flame Strike. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, maybe she just had nothing better to do, but boy, I can't feel great. So now I'm going to play Temple Enforcer. Oh, this is so ball-breaking. I almost feel bad for my opponent. Almost. The reason I don't is because she's a goddamn mage, and mages deserve to suffer. So, that Questing Adventurer Gambit, it was a humble 2-2 when I dropped it, ended up paying off. This makes absolutely no difference to anything. Unless that other card is a polymorph. She is going to lose the game. Uh-oh, it seems not to be. That's a bit of a desperado move. Okay, well, I could be a total douche and mind control that, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to win the game. Oh my god, that felt really great. I don't think I have, like, beat down a mage that hard in a long time. There were, like, 3 turns in a row where it must have been so frustrating for the mage, because I was just like, bring it on! I don't even care if you play Flame Strike, play your Flame Strike. And then she played Flame Strike and I crushed her. Ah, boy, that felt so good. Oh man, Questing Adventure, maybe I should start giving that more respect. The problem is it always just feels so bad to play it. Like, a Flesh-Eating Ghoul is kind of similar. You know, it grows more and more outrageous. But the Flesh-Eating Ghoul has an extra health to start with, so it's a bit less fragile. But the Questing Adventure, the fact that it gained health was actually really important, because it survived that Flame Strike and everything. Okay, well this is a pretty nice start. The Cult Master is a speculative play. Basically, I'm probably going to coin out the Novice Engineer, or the Bloodsail Raider on turn 1. This on turn 2. And then I'll hope that they're both still around when the Cult Master drops on turn 4. Who am I up against? A Paladin? Pretty reasonable odds, I suppose. You know what? I have this to play on turn 4. You know, let's just pass it back. Let's just pass it back, see what I get. Panther. Okay. This is actually better. I mean, I would have drawn the Panther anyway, but it's actually better. So I can coin out the Bloodsail Raider. No, you know what? I'm not actually gonna do that. What are you doing? He missed something? I'm sorry. I'm gonna coin out the Novice Engineer, and you might wonder, Boris, why are you doing that? There should be like a no problem emote. The reason is that I actually want this stupid thing to kill off his 1/1 recruits. Look at this. See, now he's recruiting. If I had played my Bloodsail Raider, I'd be taking damage off of her to kill off these recruits, but I don't actually want to do that.
You're sure?
I'd much rather take damage off this Novice Engineer, who I absolutely don't care about. You hope I liked your invention, and I did, but I don't like you. The Grizzly is a pretty darn good drop there, because it holds up quite nicely against both my creatures. I was going to actually play Power Word Shield, attack, and heal. Which I might still do. I was thinking of changing my mind because of Shadow Word Pain. Let's think. Shadow Word Pain, I swing for 3, the end. Power Word Shield, I draw a card, run this in, it goes down to 2 health. The Novice Engineer will die, and then I can heal this back up. So the question is, do I want this 1/1 to trade for a recruit at some point in the future? I'm not gonna do it, and the reason why, I'm gonna make a very risky move here. I'm actually just not even gonna play the Power Word Shield. The reason being that this is actually really good for Lightspawn. It makes it a 7/7. So I'm gonna keep the Power Word Shield. I don't need cards at the moment. Oh god, that's a big card. I don't need cards at the moment, so I might as well just, you know, do my thing. Okay, so let's see, I can play Cult Master, run in, draw a card, run in, draw a card. This is down to 2 health. And then the Cult Master trades to the Yeti, so I get 2 cards for the Cult Master, and then this thing just trades. That's an option. Another option is to play the Lightspawn. The risk there, of course, is like a Consecration or something, or a True Silver Champion could deal this damage to this down to the point where the Yeti could just kill it. But if the Yeti kills this thing, then it's not killing these things. If he has a silence, that would really set me back, is the problem. Alright, I'm gonna basically gamble he doesn't have silence. That's what I'm doing here.
If you're sure.
So next turn I can actually play this and heal it, or perhaps this and buff it, and then heal it. If it doesn't get silenced. If it gets silenced, I'll say my opponent's way ahead.
What does the future
Alright, he's got that thing. And a recruit. Okay, no silence is incoming. That's good news for me. He's getting some board presence, which is a bit unfortunate. And okay. Well, I think I'm going to Power Word Shield on this. That seems pretty straightforward. Draw a card. Lightwell. Nope. I think what I'm going to do is play a Cult Master. And get a card like that to keep his board clear. And we're going to kill the Yeti off. So this thing can't quite kill my light spawn, although it only needs a little flick of a butterfly's wing of help before it can do so. But if it kills the light spawn, I'll draw a card. He could play like a Blessing of Wisdom on this thing, which would be really funny. Or a Blessing of Kings, which is actually a lot less funny. Lord. Is he actually going to kill both my creatures? I'm okay with that, I think. Because that was 2 cards, and he killed 2 cards with his 2 cards. I'm fine with that. That's fine. That's totally fine. If he was going to hit me for 12, that would have been a whole lot scarier. Well, let's just go ahead and play Boulder Fist Ogre. I was tempted to play the 2 Jungle Panthers. The problem is that while that's putting down more power on the field and more creatures, they both died of Consecration, and I just don't want to do that.
Squire, attend me.
Squire, attend
Ready,
me.
sir.
Well, that's a pretty good card. Things are starting to get a little out of control, but I have the Holy Nova, so I can kill off these recruits eventually. I just don't like letting paladins keep creatures around. Alright, what we'll do here is play this. Play this. And I'm actually going to play this. Technically, it doesn't have enough damage to kill it. And if he plays a True Silver Champion and wastes a whack on the Lightwell, I actually don't care, because this is just a 2-mana creature. The 2-mana creature that does nothing in my deck, because I don't actually have any Inner Fire. So if he wastes time killing it, that's fine by me. Alright, he's going to play Stormwind Champion. It's a pretty good card. And I mean, I'm going to Mind Control it, because obviously I'm going to Mind Control it. You know what? Mind Control is going to get nerfed to 10 mana, and if it were nerfed to 10 mana, I couldn't do this. I'd be playing a Lord of the Arena to try to trade against the Stormwind Champion. So this 1/6 Lightwell is pretty good at clearing out recruits now. What's been for 5/6? Well, I'd say I'm in really good shape. I mean, my opponent could, like, even the Paladin's main out, Humility, doesn't really work. Ah, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Your magic.
Alright, he's got Silence, so now I can't kill the Kodo. Alright, perfect. That was actually a really good turn for my opponent. That was, like, about the best thing he could have conceivably done. Alright, oh, man. Well, I think what I want to do is kill the Kodo. Kill this as well. We're going to heal this, and the reason for that is that I want it to be above Consecration territory. And no need to play the Questing Adventurer just yet. We'll go ahead and play this guy. It's the same total amount of damage as the Lord of the Arena. It's 6 damage. So even though I'm not using up on all my mana, I feel like it's a worthy trade-off. So my opponent had a really, really good turn. Let's see if he has another good turn. Hammer of Wrath. Okay. Well, the guy was silenced anyway, so that's fine. This is fine. Oh, man, a Panther would be really great. That would just be the perfect thing. Damn. Alright, let's go ahead and start the Questing Adventurer party.
Give me a quest.
I don't want to just play these Panthers out, because then everything dies to Consecration. We're going to take it a little slow here. We're going to do this. I don't want to use it because it'll die to Consecration, so I'm just going to be a little bit conservative. I'll trade her off. And swing for 6 damage. I mean, this is very bad for Paladins to deal with, because he basically has to have Equality plus Consecration. He has to have those 2 specific cards. Otherwise, there's just no way that he can deal with this. Actually, someone on Reddit pointed out another cool combo. Wild Pyromancer plus Equality also kills everything. Now, it kills everything, not just your opponent's creatures, but it's another out that you can have. So you can never feel totally safe against a Paladin. Though they don't have much in the way of removal, they do have one particular combo that will kill anything you have. Now, Equality is a rare, and it looks like he doesn't have it. Hungry Crab. Oh, God. Poor, poor guy. Ah, he's going to Defender of Argus. Well, it's actually really nice for him, because it stops me from killing off his stuff easily. Let's see, I could play Holy Nova. Doesn't kill this, unfortunately, so I'd have to use the Squire to finish it off. This would be down to 5 health. If I like play this after that, this is a 5/5. Then I can finish off that thing, and then I'm dealing a total of 10 damage. Oh, I can get him down to 1 health. Duh. Oh man, I think it's worth it to get him down to 1 health, right? Yeah, we'll just do it. Yeah, so we'll play this. Trade that off. Play Ascension. Finish that off. If he didn't have Consecration Equality last turn, he really doesn't have it this turn. Unless he had like Equality but without the Consecration, and he top decks Consecration now. Ah, he's got Justice. Ooze does nothing. Alright, I should win now. Yes, indeed. That was funny. Okay. So, no need to do any shenanigans. Let's just win. Sightbane, the Paladin. That was a pretty easy game. And I'm happy for that. That was a real smashing, which is good. I could have lost if he played Consecration with Equality, although it still would have been a fight. We were about equal on cards. And I had some good ones. I had the 2 Panthers, which I could safely play out after a Consecration, hoping there wouldn't be a second one. And I also had the Lord of the Arena for something big. And I think... Oh, no, I used the Mind Control on Stormwind Champion, which is kind of awesome. So yeah, if Mind Control had been nerfed, I couldn't have played it on turn 8, obviously. I would have had to play Lord of the Arena and hoped that I could trade it against the Stormwind Champion. That would have been my last best hope. Although that turn when he stampeded Kodo on the Lightwell and silenced my Stormwind Champion, he bought himself a lot of time. What is this, Boversine? Boversine? I don't know what that name is. Okay, well, let's keep this removal. Let's keep this nice 4-drop. And this, unfortunately, is great, but it's a bit too risky to keep. So I would like to get something to play earlier on. Questing Adventure. Not my favorite thing to play on turn 3, unfortunately. This actually, okay, good. We got a 3-drop here. If he coins out a creature, I'm definitely going to Shadow Word Paint it. Oh, well, that thing, damn it. I don't want to Shadow Word Paint that. Okay, this is perfect. We'll do this. He either has a Wrath and kills this thing, or he's going to run the Gnome into the Summoner. But I don't care that I'm not getting to use the Pint Size. I'm just happy that this Gnome isn't going at my face 15,000 times. Good, good, good. No Wrath for my opponent. That's lucky for me. He has another one? Are you kidding me? Jesus. Okay, so here we either play the Questing Adventure out and trade against the Gnome. No, let's go a little bit. Let's set our sights a little bit higher. So this will trade against really any 3-drop he could play. He hasn't used his coin yet, so I'm willing to trade this against the 3-drop and play the Senjin to try to block this Gnome off.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
3-2. Okay. Well, let's kill off the Shattered Sun Cleric. Play Taunt. The Taunt does hold up very nicely against this Gnome. He still has a coin. He could play like a Starfall, I guess, to kill a Senjin that way. I had someone do that to me recently. I think they killed a Senjin or a Yeti or some other good 4-drop, and it was really frustrating. It helped him win the game. Direwolf Alpha? Well, it'll get the job done with hero ability. So I'd say this engine was good for me. Well, I think I'm just going to play the biggest thing I have. There's a bit of a risk to this, of course. Like, I could have played this as just a 5/5, but it spent all my mana for the turn. If my opponent goes out of his way to kill it, that's great. Then I can just play the Boulder Fist Ogre next turn. Even if he doesn't go out of his way to kill it and it lives, I mean, I can start smashing him for 7 damage. Even though I'm a little bit behind on life, I'm perfectly happy to race. Or I could just, pick off his creatures with it and be fine that way, too. But it looks like he's actually going to go out of his way to kill it. Which I'm totally fine with. This was a 5-mana card that ate a card and a removal spell. I mean, it was just a strict 2-for-1. So yeah, I'm fine. I'm a-okay with that. Let's just go ahead and think. So I could play this and burn him. Or I could play the ogre. I mean, what outs do druids have against an ogre? I don't even... What does a druid even do to kill an ogre? I don't even know. Starfire is only 5 damage. Starfall is 5. Swipe is 4.
You gotta be.
Ah ha ha! You can play one of those things. I see. Touche, sir. Touche. Oh, this is a really good draw. Yeah, it's a good draw. I'm gonna play this. And I'm gonna swing. So basically now, he could of course Starfire this, draw a card, and then kill that. That would be a pretty good use of his turn. I've got some good 4-drops coming on turn 8. I'll just play both of them. It looks like he doesn't have the Starfire, which is nice for me. That means I do have this Ogre, which druids can't deal with, really. Other than to, like, play something even bigger themselves, like an Ironbark Protector. I'm gonna need my Mind Control to come up pretty soon here, or else an Ironbark Protector will pretty much wreck my entire life. Well, I'll have to play this, burn it down to 6 health, and then I can finish it off with the Ogre. I'm not that excited about that. Alright, he's finally using his coin for something for 4 mana. Let's see what he's got for me.
Your magic shall not.
Ah, interesting. He's just doing that to put a creature on the board. Sign that he's not think his hand is good. Well, the Dark Iron Dwarf doesn't really do much for me here, unfortunately, so let's think. This plus burn doesn't quite do enough. This, 5/5. Shadow Word Pain is useless. I could play this and, like, then this, and make it a 3/3. It'll trade against the Spellbreaker. Alright, let's do this. And let's actually play a Light Spawn and heal my Ogre. So what I have now is I have 2 5-toughness creatures against a 4/3. He clearly would have used Starfire the previous turn with the Lord of the Arena if he had it, and he didn't. So he doesn't have it unless he top-decked it in the last couple of turns. And otherwise, this is a very good board. Ah, another Wolf. Wolf number 2 is very good for him, but it's only a trade. Let's see if he's got something good for 6 mana here. He really needs it. That is not quite good enough, I'm afraid. He's going to actually just let it die. Wow, does he have a Wrath to finish it off? Oh no, I think he might have messed up. He's gonna whack it down, I see. Well, little does he know, that's actually quite frustrating for me, because basically what I was wanting to do is play the Soul Priest and burn this wolf, but then I don't want the Light Spawn to just die. I could play the Soul Priest and the Ascension, but then I don't have enough mana to burn the wolf. So basically, if I burn the wolf, then this will die.
I must consider.
I could heal this, and then play Ascension. 3, 4, 9. Yeah, we'll do this. We're gonna do
Give me
this,
a quest.
and we'll play this, and we'll do this. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and kill the wolf. Nope, I'm gonna swing past the wolf. So I don't want this to go down to 1 health. I don't want it to die to a swipe. Right now, I'm very swipe-proof. It's hard for him to swipe me down. Starfall is also not really that effective. And Starfire is the most effective thing that he could have. Ah, he's gonna buff it. Alright, well that works too. So now he can use the hero ability once again. This is the second time Ascension Shieldmaster dies to hero ability plus buff of some kind. But this does mean that I am allowed to get out of control here with my questing adventure. I could use the Soul Priest, burn, kill that thing. Why does everything always have 4 health? That seems good though. The alternative is to play this, heal my Light Spawn, play this, burn that thing, but the burning doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll go for it. So we'll leave the Light Spawn at 3/3. Let's play this. Burn. And more burn. Oh god, could I have killed my opponent? Ah, jeez. I could have dealt 5 damage, plus 8 is 13. I could have won the game right there. But I got razzle-bedazzled by that Dark Iron Dwarf, and so I didn't do it. Well, I still have a very good chance of winning, of course, but it's not certain at this point. Ah, the Kodo is a very clever way to kill my Light Spawn. And a Mad Bomber. I would have played that first, just to see.
I can see.
Well played.
Anyway, I missed the win, because the Earthen Ring Farseer with 3, I could burn for 2 more, and then my creatures did a total of 8 damage. 8 plus 5 is 13. My apologies, folks. It's hard, man. It's hard to look for those wins. God, I've got a good feeling about this arena. I'm prepared to eat all kinds of crow if I end up losing the next 2 games and pooping out at 8 wins. But I really feel like this deck's been performing so well. And the competition is just not hot enough tonight that I feel like I can make it to 9. There, I believe, have been waves going out. I believe there are new players. So anytime there's a wave of beta keys, you're always going to get some new players in the arena. But where I think should be past the point where we're playing anybody new, we should be up against the good players now. One would think. Let's see. A Mage! Well, Maladaptive the Mage is a very fitting opponent
You asked for it.
for my final push at Glory. The Fen Creeper's just a bit expensive. Let's send him back. We'll keep the other stuff. Alright, well, this is the army of 2 drops. We'll see how it goes. Cult Master. That actually could be nice. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, maybe, if I'm really lucky. We'll see. She'd have to have pretty much, like, no plays whatsoever to not let this Novice Engineer, to not get this Novice Engineer killed. Fairy Dragon. Okay, well, I think what I want to do here is... that's tempting. So this isn't likely to be useful. I'd rather just throw it away. Yeah, I'm just going to play this. If it eats a removal spell, I'm happy. If it trades that creature, I'm happy. So I'm happy either way. That is a pretty good answer to Pint-Sized Summoner. Wow, my opponent made a really greedy play here. I can't even believe this. So basically what she's trying to do is she's hoping I'm going to keep my Pint-Sized Summoner around because I really value it or something, and then let this Amani Blur get enraged. I don't know. I think it was just a mistake. Don't let your opponent keep Pint-Sized Summoners. This is actually a tame play. Me getting to play this, kill a creature and draw a card, that is like one of the tamest things that could have happened. I could have like dropped a Chillwind Yeti on the board, which would have just been ridiculous. So yeah, I've said before that I seem to get like easy opponents at 8 wins. Maybe this is a really good player, but they just made that one decision that I personally find questionable. But I have seen a lot of like arenas where at 8 wins I get someone easy all of a sudden, and this person is going to have to start playing pretty well for me to change my mind about the fact that they're new, because I really feel like when your opponent has a Pint-Sized Summoner in play, you should just kill that thing instead of taking 3 extra damage. Or dealing 3 extra damage. We'll see, though. So next turn I can do Novice Engineer and, I don't know, probably a Bloodsail Raider. Wow, that is so aggressive! I really don't abide by these decisions. I mean, a Shadow Word Death or a Holy Smite would kill it. I don't think I actually saw any Holy Smites in the whole draft. What I'm going to do here is a bit of a bold play. I'm actually going to play this Engine Shield Master and swing for 4. So the idea here is either my opponent spends Premier Removal killing this, which I'm fine with, which is that'll be her whole turn, Fireball or Polymorph, or she uses the Amani Berserker to kill it, which I'm also fine with because it draws me a card. Sure, it's a 2-drop for a 4-drop, but it draws me a card, and I'm pretty down with that.
I wonder.
The Cult Master's 4 power is kind of nice. It's a fragile thing, but anything less than like a Chillwind Yeti or a Violet Teacher or a Senjin Shield Master, any of those like top-notch 4 drops with 5 health, the Cult Master can actually say that it's done its job and then just run in and kill him. So my opponent's thinking, maybe she's thinking, do I play a creature or do I use a really good removal spell on a Senjin just to avoid giving up the card? Well, she decides to draw a card, which is a totally fair decision. Especially because if the Cult Master runs into this and I don't heal it, the hero ability of the Mage will pick the Cult Master off. And she can actually ping the Cult Master now. That would be very smart. It would stop me from attacking into the Novice Engineer. I'd have to heal it first, but then after I ran in, I would be stuck at 1 health, having already used my heal. Alright, so has the Cult Master done her duty? Can he it run into this River Crocolisk? Well, I don't have any more Taunt to play and no way to kill this River Crocolisk unless I Thought Steal a Frostbolt, which is what I seem to do a lot. I could, of course, kill the Novice Engineer and then heal. Or I could heal with this thing and play a Novice Engineer myself. Well, let's play the Novice Engineer, see what I get. I think I'm going to be playing that regardless. Fen Creeper. Oh, that would have been great to have at the start of the turn. Bah. Okay, so what we'll do is do this, and then we're going to do this. Now, if you're wondering why I did that, This may seem like a strange way of doing things. It was to put an extra body on the board. I could have, of course, just healed my Cult Master, but I wanted to have this 3/3 here because I think it's significant to have it there. So next turn, probably the Lord of the Arena. Just use up all my mana. We'll see, though. I might be faced with something so dire that I will try to Thought Steal an answer. I've gotten to Thought Steal 2 mages. They didn't give me anything too impressive. One of them gave me a bear that I never played and a Frostbolt, and the other one gave me a Frostbolt. Arcane Missiles. Well, the RNG gods are kind to my opponent. She got a hit on the Cult Master, and she also got a hit on this, so it'll die to the Crocolisk. My opponent gets a little bit greedy, killing my Novice Engineer. The reason that that's greedy is that I can heal this now. Oh, well, no, I can't. I can heal it, kill the Crocolisk, but then she can pick it off next turn. Right. Balls. Fairy Dragon. Okay. So, the Lord of the Arena will just die to these two combined. The Fen Creeper won't. I will actually play the Lord of the Arena and do this. I'm going to just trade. That guy did his job. He ate a missile, he healed the Cult Master, forcing my opponent to use the Arcane Missiles in the first place. And then he traded off against the 2-drop. That's fine. So I have actually more cards than my opponent does. There goes a Fireball, which should be her whole turn here, and it is. I'm getting a little low, which is the one scary thing. But I think we should be okay. So this all dies to Flame Strike. I'm not that jazzed about it. Let's just play this. And a Lightwell to start the healing party. This could actually heal me for a lot of health if my opponent doesn't silence it or otherwise kill it very soon, and it conveniently does survive Flame Strike. Another Fireball. Balls. Balls. Really? Oh my god, that is the absolute perfect card. Jesus Christ. Wow. That deserves a well played. That was the perfect stuff. Well, now I might just lose the game. That's a bit too much for me to deal with. Okay, I think the move here is to make this and Power Word Shield so that he survives Flame Strike. Questing Adventure. Don't want to play this, it'll just die to Flame Strike, so we'll heal up. Pass the turn. So right now my board does well against her board, and I still have more cards, so if I can just keep the whole life situation under control, I should be okay. The nice thing about keeping this too is it'll give me something to buff the Questing Adventurer with immediately. Power Word Shield actually is a really good thing on Questing Adventurer. I think I drew into the Questing Adventurer with Power Word Shield. If I had him at the start of my turn, I would have played him and Power Word Shielded. Cone of Cold. God damn it. Oh my god. Fireball, Cone of Cold. This is how you lose games against mages. So I've already played my taunts. I have to do a very embarrassing move here. Yeah, I have to Shadow Word Pain this Crocolisk. I mean, I have to preserve my health. Gotta preserve it with all my stuff frozen. I have no choice. Here, playing another card will just... He still dies to Flame Strike, so I'm okay with leaving him here. I could heal this up to stop it from dying. I know I need to heal myself now. Damn it. I could Thought Steal an answer, but we'll Thought Steal later. Let's put a thing on the board and heal myself up. So if she has Flame Strike, well then she has the motherfucking Flame Strike. So be it. I am a little bit too far behind at this point in life with this 5/5 sitting here ready to hit me down to be able to play too much around Flame Strike anymore, sadly. Well, she had all the fireballs she needed to clear out all my taunts. But it looks like she might not have a Flame Strike. I cannot imagine why an opponent would think this long before playing Flame Strike. Because, I mean, Flame Strike, hero ability, 9 mana, you kill off this thing. And, yeah. Then you win the game. Because you've got this stuff, and you're swinging for 7 damage, down to 12 health. Yeah, you just win the game. If she plays Flame Strike after all this thinking, I'm going to be annoyed. Did my opponent disconnect? I don't see any hovering over cards. This would be the... Oh, no, there it is. She's hovering her tiger. That would be the most anticlimactic. Alright, no Flame Strike. Alright, awesome.
must cleanse
Shattered
the
Sun
sundial.
Cleric lets her kill the Bloodseal Raider, but still die in the process. She's killing off. No! God damn it! I should have healed that thing in retrospect. Ah, now she's just overrunning me. God damn it. Ah, balls to the walls. Okay, so we're gonna just play the Thought Steal here, I think. See what I can get. Blizzard! That's a good spell. Is there any reason in the world not to play Blizzard here? Dark Iron Dwarf buffs this, attack, heal. Then I'm getting hit for 8, down to 11. Pyroblast would kill me. Do I play around an Epic, though? I think, okay, I'm gonna play into Pyroblast. I think just killing this is really good. And I could heal this, but it really makes no difference, actually. Well, it does against the Shattered Sun Cleric, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and play a Panther. I'm gonna put it in the middle to stop any kind of colds for freezing everything. And yes, I could have healed myself, but I'm choosing to let her get me down to 11, which is exactly the point at which a Pyroblast would win her the game. I feel like the odds of her having Pyroblast are low enough that I'm more likely to lose by holding this in my hand than I am by letting Pyroblast kill me. Alright, Acolyte of Pain. I'm guessing she's going to ping it and draw cards. Yeah, this person seems to know what she's doing in some respects. Just others are so weird. Now, if my opponent actually tries to race... Oh my god, I know she still has a Blizzard in her deck. That's really scary. Okay, so she's going to take the time to kill things. Very smart. Very smart. She should probably kill the Dwarf, and she does. Okay, this opponent's a good player. I guess she just wigged out and, like, played, did a very odd move with the Pine-Sized Summoner in the beginning there. Okay, well, we're going to go for it here. I'm going to play this. And, yep, I'm just going to buff it right now. I'm going to kill the Acolyte of Pain, give her the card. She could have done it anyway. Pass the turn. So, she needs Silence or Polymorph. Or she all of a sudden is in very serious trouble. Now, maybe I should have just traded this against the... Yeah, I should have just run this into the Pyromancer, because now she can finish it off with the hero ability. Or casting any spell will finish this off as well. Damn it. Ah, yeah, I messed that up. I should have killed the more threatening creature. Well, the odds of a mage having a spell of some kind are very high.
Someday I'll be just like you.
She's got something. I guess she didn't want to play it. She's going to attack me down to 16. Fair enough. Tricky situation. So if I play Boulder Fist Ogre, I can't play Blizzard. I can heal myself up to 18. Let's say I kill this, swing for 6. She can hit me down to 12. If it's a pair of fireballs, she'll win. What are the odds of that? She's already played 2 fireballs. Getting a little low. Okay, another option is to play Blizzard. It'll kill 2 of her creatures. It won't kill this one, so I'm actually just looking to have to run into it with my, I guess, 6/6, let's say. Swing for 8 damage. I think it seems actually just fine. We'll do this. We'll do that. Let's heal it up so that hero ability doesn't finish it off. We'll swing for 8 damage. Okay, now I actually have a chance of winning the game. 16, she can't kill me with 2 cards. She just can't. There's nothing. Yeah, she can't do it. The most a mage could deal is, like, I think 13. Ah, well, that's a little scary. Yeah, it's just pure card advantage. A 4/4 is a very credible threat in a top deck war like this one, and she drew a card. She top decked into Polymorph, which is very frustrating. Luckily, she doesn't have enough to kill off the sheep, but it doesn't make any difference because I drew Shadow Word Pain. Do I race? Let her hit me down to 12. Let her hit me down to 14. Aha. Okay, we're gonna do this. You know what? I think I'm actually winning this. So I'm gonna take it slow. We'll do this. So basically, yes, she can now kill off my 6/1, but I've got a 6/7. She's already used a Polymorph 2 fireballs. She has a Blizzard somewhere in there. Oh my god. Damn it, the card draw. Ah, balls. That sucks. Frostbolt. I hate mages. I hate them so much. That is keeping her in the game, because now she can kill off my 6/1. Oh, man. And I can't kill this, so she's going to get to keep drawing more cards off of it. Oh, yes! Yes! I'm totally mind controlling that. So if you're wondering why I mind controlled such a seemingly unimportant target, it's not because I really want to draw a card off of Shadow Word Pain. I may very well not even get to play this. It's because I need to stop her from drawing cards. The fact that she drew a card off the Azure Drake and then another card off this, she should be empty-handed right now. Like, if she were empty-handed, just imagine, I would clearly win. The fact that she has 2 cards is keeping her in the game. Card draw is always good, but keep in mind that when you're in a top deck war with someone in a late game like this, every single additional card is just monstrous, like absolutely monstrous. So if you have any way whatsoever to stop your opponent from drawing cards, do it. Okay, well, let's do this and draw a card. If I weren't drawing a card, I would not be doing that. Let's just play the Chillwind Yeti. And let's heal up a little bit more. Pass the turn. Okay, Flame Strike's not going to save her. Blizzard buys her a turn. That's really my opponent's hope here, is getting into her Blizzard. Now, she hasn't played it yet, and there's only 6 cards left in the deck, so it's likely she drew it from the time that I thought stole it. Here, if she doesn't draw Blizzard, though, here I will get to be the jerk priest who thought steals your best card and you never play it yourself. Wow, she had another Fireball. That is crazy. And a Frostball. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna officially put it on the record here. This Mage had an insane deck. And if it sounds like I'm bragging, then yes, I pretty much am. What could a Mage have? Nothing. I am bragging that I beat this Mage because her deck was nuts. The amount of Frostbolts that have been shot at us, the amount of Fireballs, there's like 3 Fireballs, a Polymorph, several Frostbolts. And I still win. I'm gonna give myself some credit. I'm gonna give myself some credit, folks, for winning that game. That Mage had gobs of spells, and we pulled it out. Mind Control on the Gadsden Auctioneer was very helpful because she did end up playing, what is it, a Fireball, and I think a Frostbolt after that. So, like, had I not stolen that, she would have drawn extra cards, and that could have made all the difference. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do like and or subscribe. I'd appreciate that a lot. And let's start Papa Boris's Happy Fun Time bonus hour for the rest of you fools who want to stick around and watch me jibber jabber about nothing. Let's see. We have for our prizes. Is it guaranteed to get 2 packs at 9 wins? I mean, I feel like I don't even remember the last time I didn't get 2 packs at 9 wins. Well, 190 gold. It's fine. Take it. Let's open up these packs. Haven't seen a legendary in a long time. Come on. Nope, not here. I don't think anything there was new. And here? Nope, not here. Oh god, was there a single new thing? Okay, we got 1 new common there. Woo! The good news is my dust collection rate is, skyrocketing through the roof here, so that's cool. I can actually craft 2 legendaries, and I'm working on a 3rd. Arcane Missiles. Aw, yeah. These notifications that I have new cards just drive me nuts, so I have to go through and get rid of them. Ooh, I only have 1 of these? Well, that's something to try to get sometime. Blessing of Wisdom, completed that. That's nice. Blessed Champion. Oh, I'm glad I completed that card. Great. Stormforge. I can finally disenchant this last golden Stormforge axe. That's cool. Was that one of the commons I just got? I think so. So it wasn't even really new. Okay. Anyway, and Sense Demons. Oh, that's actually what? Oh, I can get rid of that. That's cool. I got a lot of dust tonight. You kind of have to try to make yourself get excited about dust. Like, if you just try to make yourself be like, yeah, I got dust! Oh, right, woo! Oh, no, Rampage. This was the new common, definitely. I don't have any of them. Huh, good to know. I hate that card. Okay, let's take a sneak peek at our next arena. That is going to be... Shaman? Please? Yeah, I think it's going to be Shaman. Pretty sure it's going to be a Shaman run. That'll be awesome to look forward to, so I hope you're looking forward to it, because I am. Have a great night, folks, and I'll see you next time. Papa Boris out.